women are running this ranch now. They still have their grandpa who's teaching them how to keep it going, but these young girls are riding rodeo and riding the bucking broncos and learning how to fix the rock walls and really putting in a lot of effort. It takes so much effort to keep the ranch going. It's a real struggle, but if you can have a chance to see this, called The Last Rodeo. It's a really interesting documentary that came out recently. But I like to create tunings. So one day I was just playing the Gabby's tuning. I might have been going to the airport or something. So when you fly, you want to change your string around. So I just changed a few strings. Ooh, what's that? That's a cool tuning. And so I like sometimes just finding a sound and having no idea where the notes are, really not thinking about it, just using intuition in my ear and just kind of diving in and trying. That's how I try to use just intuition to play in this tuning. And what I've discovered is there's this pre-chord on top. That's a very typical sound. But then there's this underlying darkness. So it's this minor and major together. And I always think of like the minor keys. You don't hear a lot of the modern Hawaiian music in minor keys. It's that, like I played earlier, that Melio Kamahina. It's sort of a beckoning of the ancient times and the kahiko rhythms of hula. And so I wanted to write something kind of even bluesy and modern, because you hear that in blues music as well, which there's a little bit of crossover with Hawaiian music, with jazz. So this song is called Hotel Street. And Hotel Street is kind of this slightly dangerous area. There are only a couple in the island. And this is one of like downtown Honolulu, which is actually, it's not so bad, but it has a reputation over the generations of being kind of the seedy part of town. Ella's like 1 block long. But this is the song I wrote in this tuning, thinking of that. But what I think is you're down there and it's so beautiful. You're still in Hawaii, and you got the sunsets coming through the buildings, and they're these old 19th century brick buildings that are still there, and you can see the ocean is right there. Aloha Tower, where all the big ships come in, the cruise ships, is right down the coast. So I try to mix in this idea of like the light and the darkness.